welcome back. Well, to our Dubai coverage now. Countdown to the highly anticipated One Night with the Mzansi and Content Showcase has officially started. It's a celebration of our talent and culture to the rest of the world. MultiChoice Group sees this platform as highlighting the country's national assets and also being open for business. The internationally acclaimed Drakensberg Boys Choir started things off on a good note. Newsroom Africa's Ayanda Nyati was there for us.
Right, so the lead up to One Night with Mzansi is officially underway, and Drakensberg Boys Choir dazzling audiences as they do right here at the South African Pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai. So let's get you a sense of what it takes to pull all this off. Bring in our guest. The choir master is the term I'm looking for, and it's lovely to speak to you. Thanks so much for making time to speak to Newsroom Africa.
Ayanda, it's a privilege to be here. Thanks for having us here.
So I'm often taken aback by what the Drakensberg Boys Choir is able to do, given how long it's been around. What do you reckon it takes to keep a choir with the kind of credibility and status that Drakes has going for so long?
First of all, it's the actual, the boys being in one school, because it's a school. It's a normal school with academics and all of that, doing all the different subjects, but then singing, singing together, learning from a young age, and then as the boys get older, they pass down all their knowledge, the older boys down to the younger boys. But then there's the environment that they live in the Drakensberg, in the heart of the Drakensberg, with mountains surrounding the school and with rivers that they swim in, and then, of course, touring, nationally, which is very important to us, but then abroad, which has been a bit of a challenge the last 2 years.
It comes as no surprise that the choir itself is kind of a beacon of excellence when it comes to what South Africa has to offer in the arts. And that's where Expo 2020 comes in. Help us, I guess, place the significance of your involvement in an event like this.
We've had, the privilege to work and to work with and to meet a lot of the other artists who are here for the big concert that we bring out from South Africa.
I've heard some of the songs you've performed, classic choir songs, but it almost feels like there's a way that you reinvent or reinvigorate them. Help us understand how you keep the repertoire alive for so long, especially again, given how long Drakes itself has been around.
This is what Drakes is unique for across the world, is that over all these years, they're able to basically do any sort of repertoire that is on this earth. The boys do love a challenge all the time. They take a challenge on. And it's actually at the end of the day, the boys who make things work.
I can certainly hear a semblance of some of the, like I said, the classics that are still around. But we spoke briefly about COVID-19. I mean, I can't begin to imagine how you run a choir as big and as great as Drakes in a context where there's a global health crisis and we need to follow all these protocols. How do you get it right?
The whole world's been hit by this COVID-19, and a choir school like ours, we go on with, or the school exists with about 100 boys in the school, and one of our main things to recruit boys is touring. The boys actually apply for the school, once they see them in a concert, in their home city or hometown, or where we perform. So it's been challenging. We've been able to do concerts in our auditorium since September last year.
Of course, Expo 2020 also provides a kind of platform, not only Drakes, but for South Africa as a whole. Get us an idea of what you're hoping the kind of resounding message will be once Team South Africa is done with their time here.
Is that we're a vibrant nation.
But I know from my own experience that being in a choir is more than just about the music. Often it's also about the sense of family that everybody feels. So it's lovely to experience that again. So the Drakensberg Boys Choir has been around for years, and one of the really great things that they've been able to do outside of the great music they give us is obviously find great talent. I'm sitting right next to one of those individuals. His name is Mzansi. He happens also to be the head boy at Drakes, at least for this year, and it's so lovely sitting next to you. Thanks for speaking to us.
Yeah, well, it's really a privilege to be here, and understanding that we're coming straight from COVID, it's it's really a privilege to be here in Dubai.
So let's start there. You've been with Drakis for a couple of years. I mean, you started at what, 2017 or so, yeah?
Yes, 2017.
And it's 2021 now. How has that experience been throughout those years, especially because obviously the last year or so has been affected by COVID?
Yes, well, it's kind of been very life-changing because like Drakis really teaches you a lot of life lessons that you can take into adulthood and really puts you in the, should I say it, stepping stone.
The Drakensberg Boys Choir being at a world stage is also something worth speaking about. I mean, what does it mean for you to be part of something like Expo 2020?
Well, it's definitely a privilege, and I mean, it's really nice to see how everyone around the world has come together to showcase all the multiple cultures. Yeah.
A lot of people who sing in school choirs sometimes find themselves there. Do you have ambitions to, I don't know, be a superstar after this?
Not really, but I do really want to keep music as a hobby, most definitely.
Singing specifically?
Yes.
All right. Drakensberg, thanks very much for speaking to us. Really do appreciate your time. And there you have it. Great ambition from young guys who are part of the Drakensberg Boys Choir. And that's really at the heart of what the choir sometimes tries to achieve, right? It's not just about giving you great music and great repertoire, but ensuring that individuals like Ntando are given a kind of parachute landing into their next ambitions. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Ayanda Nyati at Expo 2020 Dubai.